Filipinos love sour soup like the sinigang. And today we are making a different version of the sinigang using the salmon heads. Look at that. And we're also adding miso paste. So this is the miso. The miso is actually ground soya beans that have been fermented. But unlike the Japanese miso, which is really very, very flavorful and very rich in umami, this one has a very mild sour flavor. And this is one of the ingredients that we inherited from the Japanese. We learned to make and use miso from the Japanese. And eto, it's very simple to do. What I will prepare first are our aromatics. And I'm slicing my tomatoes. We want to use red, ripe tomatoes. Yan, ganyan lang. Oh. Sobrang bilis lang, kamatis. Because we're making seafood, we're using the salmon heads. I'm just adding a bit of ginger, which I will just slice into pieces. And just slicing my onions. And the miso adds a very mild, tangy flavor. That's why we still add our pangpaasim, no? So you can use whatever you want. But today, I'm using just sinigang mix. But first and foremost, I will saute. Usually, when you cook your pork or shrimp sinigang, you don't saute. But for this, we will saute our onions, hot oil, onions, yan. Ginger, ito pang patanggal ng lansa. The fishy aroma of the fish. Isa-isa. Wait for it to become aromatic and a bit tender. Ito, paborito ko talaga yung ulo ng salmon. I love the eyes and the color, no? Kasi lalo na medyo yung mga very gelatinous parts of the fish head. I also like the belly. Gusto niyo ba yung belly? Yan. Gisa-gisa lang tayo. Now, I will add my tomatoes. Very simple. Gisa-gisa. Wait until our tomatoes become tender. Kayo ba? Ano bang paborito niyong sinigang? Baboy, baka, hipon, bangus, no? Usually, bangus is also very nice. You can season with a little bit of salt. And now, I will add my miso paste. Medyo, how do I describe it? Maasim-asim, no? And it has quite a texture. So, there's a bit of grittiness. And we will add this to the ginisang sibuyas, luya, at kamatis. No? Very simple to do. So ito, naminana natin sa mga Hapon yung paggamit ng miso or fermented soybeans o ground soybeans. Ang now ginagamit natin sa ating sinigang. What other thing did we inherit or was influenced by the Japanese? Halo-halo. Mix. Tignan mo, it's very pasty. Now, I will add my water. And I think I will need a little bit more. So, we will let that simmer. And now, I will prepare my other vegetables. I will cut into rondelles, round pieces. And I usually like my labanos or radish to be really cooked, no? Yung talang lutong-luto siya na it becomes very tender. Just add my labanos. Ang fish kasi natin, sobrang bilis maluto eh. And for this, I also have my okra. Some people don't like okra, pero okra if you don't like. Yan. Okra, just trim off lang natin yung stalk niya. You can leave it whole, but you can also like score it, which I'm doing, so it doesn't become too spicy. And for this, ang dahon natin, we will use mustard leaves or mustasa. Di ba bakit pag sinigang sa miso, mustasa talaga yung gamit, no? So it's like the usual suspects when you're making sinigang na miso. Pwede kang gumamit dito ng pampano, talakitok, bangus, Or even other seafood, no? Pwede ding shrimp, no? Or prawns. Lobster, if you want. And this is so delicious when you eat it with rice. Then may patis and calamansi with sili on the side. Perfect. So did you know that the Philippines is one of the biggest consumers of salmon heads in the world? Kasi ang ibang countries hindi naman kumakain. But it's just that we love yung ulo ng isda. No, we love to eat the eyes. No. Ito, all these parts are very gelatinous. No. The color as well. Ito, yun ang gusto ko. Yan. Ito, mga malaman, ayaw ko na rin siya. No, I just like when I'm eating the salmon, I like the fatty parts. And this is rich in omega-3, which is good for your blood and your heart. Oh, steer, diba? Nauna na si labanos because I like it to be very, very tender. For added umami and linamnam, I'm adding just a pack of Maggi. This is really just salt and aromatics to add my linamnam. Stir that in. And this is one of the dishes na perfect lutuin, lalo na ngayon na tag-ulan. And pa-Burmans na tayo very soon, no? So, pag malamig ang weather, malamig ang climate, ang sarap humigop ng sabaw. Here, it's already simmering and now I will add my salmon. Ang dami nito, ah. Usually, isang buong ulo kaya kong kainin. How about you? Yan. And panga, the jaw. Yan, no? Yan. So, I'm adding a lot of fish heads. This is around 2 kilos of salmon heads. And, yan, lulutuin natin yan. And while our fish is cooking, please click on the subscribe button if you still haven't subscribed to the Chef Tatung YouTube channel. Yeah. And also hit the bell button to get notified. And for those who have joined us already, welcome to the family. Welcome to the Chef Tatung channel. Yan. I will just cover this up. Yan. And wait for it to be cooked before I add my other ingredients. Halfway through, our fish is not yet fully cooked, but halfway through, I will add my other vegetables and my chilies. Ito, para maluto siya. It has time to cook, so sabay na siya maluto sa ating fish heads. Yan, o. Let's cover it again. Let it cook for a few minutes. And the fish cooks very quickly, ha? So you don't have to spend too much time waiting. So sabay-sabay na maluto yung ating fish heads and ating okra, and also the spiciness of the chilies will be, infused into the broth. 1, 2, 3. Ready? Now, yan, maluto na yung ating okra. Ang fish natin, practically done. Now, I will add my dahon ng mustasa. You can also use kangkong, no? Pero usually, pag sinigang sa miso, you always use this kind of greens, no? Now, I will add my sinigang powder. You can use calamansi, kamyas, sampalok, but I'm just using the sinigang powder for some convenience. And we like it to be really like maasim, really sour. Finish it with a bit of patis or fish sauce. Not too much because may patis pa naman tayo sa ating dipping sauce. And I think we are done. And all I have to do now is just taste if I've achieved the right sourness, no? So it really depends on you. You can just season the way you want. May taong gusto sobrang maasim. May iba naman find it, kind of off-putting pag masyadong maasim. This one is just in between, not too sour, not too bland. Sarap. And we are done. For presentation purposes, tatabi ko muna itong aking gulay. Yan. And I will just scoop out some fish. Woo! Sarap! Sobrang nakakataka mo. Pag kumakain kayo ng sinigang na ulo ng salmon, ilang rice? 1, 2, 3, 4. Isang kaldero. Anli ba? Don't overcook. Ang sarap nito. Arrange my gulay around my sinigang. More greens dapat, no? Sus. Ito talaga. You should not put your vegetables to waste. And our sabaw. Look at that. Woo! Ang sarap. And titikman ko na yung aking sabaw. Ito, medyo maulan-ulan sa labas, so it's perfect. And this will be my dinner. How about you? Magluluto ba kayo nito? Dapat lang, no? For happiness and health. Dapat kiligin, di ba? Pag maasim, kilig, di ba? Yan, no? It's so good. Tama lang yung asim, may linamnam. And of course, tama kasi mainit. Always serve your soup hot. Happiness in a bowl. And ito siya. One of my favorites. Ang dami ko ng favorites, but this is one of them. Sinigang na ulo ng salmon sa miso. Simple!